And welcome back to some more fun as a right over here. Last time we officially got, Felix going into making his sort of a little communist utopia or some such over here. In the meantime, we're getting all that goof shit going on over here. So we gotta start the rise of the love machine over here. It's gonna be quite the state. It's gonna be completely reorganized, reflecting new status quo. Socialist spirit has possessed Poland. The productive elements have coalesced. Industry has gone past subsistence. The proletariat is the largest but influential class, and the party is the most politically aware than any period since the Russians were expelled. Our party can proclaim itself a progressive force for the first time since the olden days over here. Truly the beacon of progress. The ZBSR must evolve from a Big Ten organization comprising all progressive classes into a purely proletariat one, as be revolutionary in form as in thought, dedicated to more than merely development into modernity, but progress beyond. Above all, we must uphold love for mankind and love for the revolution that shall free it from ignorance and want. We shall be guided by the selfless example of our late Marshal Piłsudski, who himself was inspired by the boundlessly benevolent doctrines of Marx to seize the moment and seek the destruction of the present state of things. Yes. Destruction of all things that we don't particularly like, as per usual. In the meantime, over here, getting all that over here. Because victory dismissal. Well, that was surprisingly quick. They immediately became communists over here, and they immediately went that over here. This is some. Anyways. Over here, the Caucasus are doing Caucasus things over here, and the regionists in here. We'll see, won't we? One. See a bit of armored cars. Do this thing that I usually do with armored cars. That'll be what I do with armored cars for the most part. Just play audio here now. Fuck it.
Готов dowódco! Готов dowódco!
Get you there. We have a full stack there. The full stack is there. Look at that. In the meantime, over here, our political power situation ain't the best, but what can you do? What the hell can you do? What can one do against such a thing, really? Meantime, we got a little thing going. Yeah, the Russian Empire and culture ain't doing all that great. Anyway, super happy mini love for all. Look at that. Yusuf hated the maneuver man. His ragged appearance, his cooing voice, his doughy boy's visage. It all belonged to a man who has never earned his keep anywhere else in this nigga's ministry of labyrinth. He had called him in again to the little office with the bizarre painting and comfortable stiff chairs. Joseph wanted to spin his eye, but then they were replaced on social work duty again. Joseph hated that more than he hated the manure of man. I see you're angry. No, that impotent rage will serve to engender further ill feeling. You do that well enough yourself. No respect, the little man quiet. With a ridiculous white smirk stretching across his maw, he turned, pulling a pen and paper, drawing down some notes. Joseph thought about leaving a buff referring the man's exposed head. Bring your side to glare at the manure of man. He says on his note. Joseph, I believe I had you mistaken. You are not depressive or delusional or truly antisocial. The old man's tone has changed. For the past 4 minutes, his voice had never assumed anything approaching the frank, sharp tone that he had assumed. Joseph taken aback somewhat, though he did his best not to show it. Yes, I think I have you down. You're merely unpresent. You worked too much and saw the worst of everyone. You only ever had liaison with those whom you despised. You told me about your mother and those criminals. Coruscant of whom was the very reason why you are here. That kid deserved a good beating. Evidently, he's probably absent fond never administered any. with how he squealed. I did something kind to that boy. Really, and they call me a brute? The nerve of your people. This camp has fewer criminals than a single Warsaw street. This was surprised how the middle of man didn't cut him off when he talked about his sentence, as he usually did. The man's visit was passive. It was a little unnerved how rapidly his whole comport had shifted. This camp is not a simple prison, Joseph. No drink. The man pulled out a bar. Joseph lit up. This operation is meant to make men like you better. To learn to love those you beat. To learn to enjoy what you do. The two men had a productive conversation. Joseph left the office for the first time in months with a smile on his face. Let them all learn to love. Learn to love being the shit out of children and enjoy doing so. But that's the true proletarian way. Yes, the true proletarian beats the shit out of children. Oh, God. Anyways, over here. You are at the football of the damned. Not American football over here. We're talking about, balls on foot. Anyway. It's a dumb joke. Anyways. Who was once a ball repulsed to the face of your risk becoming yesterday news? It would be an error to assume the last word of Polish political revolution was the conspire that founded the Republic. The compromise that founded the Republic. Now the Syriaca is not something that can be reshaped with gentle hands. Clear the state is dried and set. It must be broken and the pieces reattached to a new configuration. What we need first are experienced bomb throwers. We're not taking those outside of this inaction. Coalition outside whose rapid Suzuki to the years of perceived lack of emotional commitment. We need not look far. Futurists, critics of our society's entrenched Catholicism, even the heterodox socialists of the Medici, win the wings to animate a new cultural program for a new Poland. Why should the avant-garde nation have to look a lot feel to Fume, Kafka, and France to remain on the cutting edge? And if we can bite our tongues and begin outreach to the poets, the artists of vitality, so-called Bolsheviks of cultural secularization, the purifying fire of the revolution can be stoked and directed inward again over here. Fuck. Spirit bomb throwers and fucking Bolsheviks. What the fuck? That sounds straight like a parody name over here, I'm not gonna lie that. Oh yeah. See how Bolivia doing Bolivia things. I keep forgetting that what happens at the start. Keep forgetting about that over here. Improve machine tools, construction. And we're trying to make things all great, all grand, all grand blue fantasy. In blue archive. I don't know. Oh, there's a military coup. Something about that. Yeah, I don't even know the. I just heard about those things. I have no fucking idea what they're about. So if anyone asks, I have no goddamn clue. I just see shit, and that's about it, really. That tends to be how I learn about things. I just see it, and I was like, oh, that's a thing, and then I just remembered out of the blue, like a fucking like a year later or so. Shit, that's man, I don't know what's up with my brain at times over here. It's like it just fucking confused. Truly is confounded over here. Look at that, I ran. Truly am baffled. But hey, we managed to fucking solve our deficits over here relatively. At the very least, shit's gonna get done. Probably, maybe, potentially, theoretically even. Theoretically, we shall see. With the football of the damned in our position, we are going to have a policy of national anti-Polonism. What does that mean? We shall see. We get some PP as well, we think, fuck. Oh, some support of Richard Speed, that's nice. The rise of Poles past love the people, dedicate odes to the people, and called upon the people as their muse. There's one problem. The people now and before are and were cretinous, cynical, ignorant foes. That sickening homesickness expressed by ours of yesteryear is the vital essence of the Marxism and reaction. Those who scurried in the street love the land and nothing but peasants, and nothing has ever come to peasants. Those who preach unto them tend to be crucified, and those speaking for them producing dreck. The paw yoke laid upon this nation shall be torn away by poetry lauding the automobile, the sedan, the worker ride on those clay pointed shaped upon ox carts, farmsteads, and peasants. Ours shall weaken the soul, exhort and inspire, riding off from mere worship at the feet of eerie and empty men. The new novelist shall make the modern world, its every facet ever changing, shaped by the titanic struggles of classes and nations, their canvas as well as their models. Poem shall learn to look at the horizon with the ear of the firm hand. The region state shall be the medium modernity, the fertile soil from which the new man shall arise. Yeah. Yeah, we truly are saying fuck the past. Kill the past. Don't pass in the flat stairs. That's basically what we're doing right now. I mean, it seems like damn, what did it do to make them that mad? That's probably a lot of people thinking. But what I'm thinking is the fact that we ain't got shit. What the fuck? It's like, what the fuck? So you can ally the Baltics over here, but we need to get some. We actually get power bestowed upon us actually to do that. Well, at least with this 100 PP, we should be good. We should be good on all that over here relatively soon. But at the very least, we're gonna take time doing that. Just about to get them on our side before they get fucking gobbled up by whoever the fuck. Just try to. And now we are at exactly 0, so we can at this point we gotta do Fume or Kevkez. So I'm a big fan of France, though. As you all know, because I am the patron over here. Figure that we can, yeah, because there's some real shit kind of doing this little thing over here, but no, France definitely is, it's essentially going down that way. I figure it makes sense for us over here, because, I'm the one over here, like the greatest considers going over here, but yeah. Let's do that. Let's get some special forces stuff over here. I guess plus 50 weekly manpower, that ain't gonna matter much. One cannot be revolutionary not pining for the deeds of the Congress, that great assemblage of the new Europe opposed Italians, Frenchmen, Russians, Germans, and so many others completely oppressed by the accepted liberal world order, which on that day be the stroke of their pains was strangled in its cradle. The fuming revolution, more than even our own, showed the way toward a fundamentally new kind of society, one in which the insane desires of man would be unshackled, and its creative and life-preserving impulse to give total freedom. Denunzianism gave form to a spirit that has long haunted Europe, one that lurked beyond the shadow of proletariat uprising. It is necessary to praise the Fume of today, which is by all accounts something different than the original study that rose 2 days prior. The ideas that made Fume great remain and can be fashioned anew in a nation more progressive than the essentially reactionary Italian one. We shall be libertines, free spirits, men who spurn prudery, dabble almost productly in vice. We shall be poets, exhorters of spirits, sculptors of souls. Above all, we must fashion on the aristocracy of revolutionaries. A man of candor, virtue, remain content in the quotidian attitudes of personage of the people, yet beyond them. We basically will be like, Fume is pretty cool, but we'll be doing our own thing. Have our own Fume with fucking black chicken hookers, in a manner of speaking. In a manner of speaking. Let's see over here. Can we ally them? I guess at least one that would be nice. We'll be surprised if I do believe they can reject this offer too, if I remember correctly. I think you actually can choose to join the Tamarium or not, but I see the. Yeah, I tend to prefer France and stuff. Yeah, I figured. So in all likelihood, you could, you know, and do quest for robotics of supremacy over here. Try to go after us. Which would be a bad idea, I think you said. Yeah, we can sit there. Do we see the things? Since we're doing our own fuming over here. Without here, the studio Shanley Scamander. Homemander. Yeah, we shall become, you know, the post gov with the point up users unlocked everybody doing that. And yeah, I'll definitely butchering the other one too. The one board of the administration have been ruled out. Old board and bureaucratic prisons are burnt to ash, and new administration has arrived with the appointments of Bruno Brudzinski as chairman of the party opponent government spreads of bringing the new direction. It's as if we can spend our whole lives in cases in concrete sludge, unable to breathe, but only now we have really been freed. We are like the Trojan who will see the scamander bristling and shining in the sun. Let us mount guard as the newest vanguard of global futurist evolution, free from the drudgery of the capitalist pests and bureaucratic Berliners. When we catch the legislative or saw new winds blowing, we will ride. Yeah. Yeah, we will ride like the wind. Ain't that great? It's gonna be great. Oh, of course. A major buck. I know damn well a larger buck and that's something else. You don't get a better gun. I feel like my guns are better. And then once we get this going on over here, then we're gonna get then we're gonna focus on that good shit we got going on here. All that good shit. We got revolutionary doing totally revolutionary things. That is a really good shit. Yeah, didn't I do the? Oh no, I did the SL path over into the. I think yeah, I did the red path like a while ago. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, but now we gotta change portrait over here, so instead of here, he's gonna look straight at us with the fucking sig over that shit. And over here, look at that. Brudzinski over here with the fucking monocle over here, rocking that shit over here. And with that over here, we're gonna be doing this so we can get the little fucking thing over there. So now we become over here the Polish Ubermensch. Yeah. The beauty of evolution of our new state is this masses. The mad mob will take its dirty hands into the soil and grow God and gold from it. Within the soul of the mind, the great or close is the soul of the poet, artist, aristocrat, and warriors. The very atom and cell of the revolution of the Polish state, we must make sure they know this and push them to bring revolutionary spirit of dirt in Poland. The Sheps kept it done. Powers of pores over here, the floor of the coast. Here with like a denim. I don't wonder, considering the content, I wonder what kind of content they're gonna get. I'd be interested in that. Increased opinion, nice. So I wonder if that means we're gonna sell with them, but I have no idea. What I do know is that look at that good shit going on over here now. Let's fuck with this over in here. Ain't that in the bit? author. Futurism. Velocity, technology, war. In a smoldering tension in the 1900s, a furious engine began to war in Italy, and its war cry would be heard around the world from the pen of Filippo Thomas Marinetti. His 1909 manifesto grew into artistic school, but also into totalizing political and philosophical ethos that brought the remodeling of life from the dinner table to the battlefield. At the same time as it drew interest in Italy, Europe, and beyond, its application came to defy simple political classification. Other than anti-traditionalism, arguably the first of the idealism against the core accelerationism, the world is now only reckoning with the legacy of futurism. Many of these precepts were at war with the past, viciously attacking bourgeois morality and tradition. They interrupted militarism, youth, and innovation from the automobile to the airplane. At the same time, there was an elitist sensibility to define as rhetoric, resulting in superior mental heroicism and convention-defying deeds. War frequently at odds with socialism, and one war the 1912 between the League of Human and the Second National became far more than a rightist tendency almost immediately. At first, it secluded national socialists, then anarchists who sought to upend public order in Russia for to even join honor the communists needed as a society scale project to liberate and uplift the masses. This utopian drive would survive the Great War, forever elevating the heroic pilot or Dito shock trooper. It was showing the new seat the few main characters rebuild empire by revolutionary futurists. Futurism in media now is worn out, but the task before remains as the whole world left to revolutionize. But how will the globe be reshaped and under whom? Tyrant governments produce a wide range of economic models on the umbrella from revolution-directed capitalism and stickism to state-managed corporatism and communism. Will the more curious rider into the the total war of visionary utopia? Is the extreme truly opposed? Can futurism maintain its Disney momentum when the end of gravity always wins? I think the gravity would be like true gravity. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Well, that explosive mix of that. I guess we gotta. That could read this over here. I'll read that in a bit also. Get this done. So now we're gonna focus on the economy before we get things all on the bees. Get an extra research slot over here because we might as well. For that, explosive mix over here and get all that shit. The SBSR, because I cannot pronounce all that, is an societal above political organization that seeks to radically transform our nation to the spirit of modernity. These texts were like on the paper. The nation does not only consist of pursuits gathered also of young nationalists from the Druga, anarchists, syndicalists, various intellectual artistic circles, Freemasonry, social democrats, democratic socialists, communists, futurists, all concerned of landlord aristocracy, and full members of the Indeka that betrayed Donetsky after his alliance with Lepan. But the other pursuits with closest associates are united only by loyalty to Marshall, Valery Silik, and Zelensky, and it was been smoothly arranged until the world inform each other. Breathe about Seneca like some cretaceous rot. Each of them are different reasons, not only for the for ZBSR, but also what the future poem should look like. Obviously, positions will most likely be selected. It is not certain for the new unexpected player will enter the game, who are presently established order. You're saying that we over here, we definitely are presently established order. There's up the terror that night over here. Hot steel, hot minds, and hot hearts. Everything's on fucking fire. Where the rules of pithy serials never pierce, where the Muscovite capitalists never bother to look, where the pedestrian bureaucrats of Senyakan decadent period never imagine anything of, there's a wealth of abundance. Potential for a complete self-sufficient steel, coal, and gas industry is a real one that will have yet to be explored. While the Americans have utilized the insanity of wildcat drillers to locate our wells, we shall systematically, scientifically shift through our soil for black gold. We have pieced the veins long enough to find ever more coal. Finally, our iron mine shall expand greatly, ever more expected for new technology, ever more gleaned. Truly, we are T-coal. If you know it, that's an acronym of congratulations. Fucking gone fucking mad. Anyways, through the expansion, the swelling proletariat shall be given steady food for improving the possibility of total employment in real professions, not the make work of recent years. It is not grasped. Proving if to be alive has to progress above a C reaction must be self-sufficient in production. The more self-sufficient about production over here. We do our thing, we're gonna be doing other things. It's gonna be quite the thing. TP situation is moderately better. Romania is going to be the most Romanian. Let's get that going. Let's see, yeah, we got all this.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
That's the full scope of our forces there. First, something gets rid of these seeds.
Gotów, dowódco!
So let's all train up just a wee bit. Everything's all good and glorious. Grand and just in its grandness. And nobody else to go. We've got to go sleep though. Eagles that are white. You got the hottest of steel. So we're gonna move some factory stuff over here. Also modifying the Great Hall to get some medium light tank stuff. But to the city industrialize the army, we are living the age of machines, the divisions and brave battalions that live in the cavalry, and junkers of buffering planes will be run over and thrown up back by due to inertia. To adapt, the city must be a bastion of steel, birthing legion of fiery hawks, hounds, and hawks meter bullets. More than our army capable of extremely deep reaction and impurities and whenever be found. So yeah, we need to fucking modernize the modernization process, as it were. New shit. Yeah, basically actually managed to beat Kaka. That's our first. You should have to play that to actually, get that happen. It's such just the way, apparently. Well, in the meantime, I need to also get cavalry for that. Get a tank force over here. Put on light tanks. Some motorization over here. Yep. So we have that going on over here. We have that there. Exactly the greatest, considering that we're running low on manpower, but I figured we might as well just have that on the back burner for in case the time comes to beat the shit out of whatever comes out of Russia. Well, yeah, I haven't seen that in the video but on the long as well. In the longest of whiles. That just forgetting there's more of this going over here. We're gonna make creativity kill. That's gonna be for the next time over here because we are getting close to time. I think we can focus on more on economy stuff over here once the time has come. So yeah. Till then, I'll see you guys when they do, which is gonna be all that good shit. So yeah. But